Yeah, of course, it works better if I turn it on. All right. Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the stream. I hope the sound is okay this time, and I'm not clipping too much. Yeah, this should be a bit better. All right. And yeah, what else? Yeah, hello, everyone. Let me set up a few things. I'm here again to talk about Fedora infrastructure applications, and we'll have a look at what bugs are available for us to work on and try to fix at least one of them. Okay, so small, yeah, a small feedback about what we did last week. So the bug that we fixed last week, or rather the feature enhancements that we addressed last week, has been packaged and deployed to production. So it's currently working. We are now able to give cookies to people by just reacting to their message with a cookie emoji, and it's pretty cool. So I encourage you to try that whenever you have the time, or whenever you feel like someone has said something valuable. Yeah, feel free to give them a cookie by reacting with a cookie emoji, or by just typing their name with plus plus at the end. All right. Okay. So I haven't really listed bugs that we can fix today. We can fix today. I will be. First, I'm going to spend some time doing a bit of triage on the application bugs that we have at the moment. So for that, I have a directory of bookmarks with tons of applications. Um, that are all the applications we maintain, or at least most of them. Alright, I hope it's not entirely broken. Yeah, I'm opening a ton of bookmarks at the same time, so I hope that it's not going to kill my browser. Sometimes it's a bit harsh, but sometimes it works. Okay. Alright, let me share my screen so you can look at that. There you go. First, the first page is the easy fix page that you know by now. And now I'm opening all the applications that we maintain in the Fedora infrastructure, and I'll go through them one by one and do some triage of the issues and the pull requests that have been opened in between, in order for us to in order for us to to choose at least one issue that we can work on. I usually do that in before, but couldn't do that today. Um, so these are kind of all, nothing new here. What about this one? Yeah, that's been a request for a long time on FastJSON, but it's definitely not a short issue, like something that I can do in a couple hours. So it needs to be thought out before somebody jumps into it. Okay, nothing new here. All right, all right. Nothing new here as well. Oh yeah, this one is not really used. Um, yeah, nothing new here. Yeah, I'll check that out, but nothing really major at the moment, unless you really want to hear about Packet, which is pretty cool. Um, Hello everyone, feel free to say a few words in the chat if you want to introduce yourself, or if you have questions. I'm happy to try and answer whatever questions you have. Okay, of course I made a mistake here. Just a second. Up, that goes here. Okay. All right, nothing new on this one. Do I have new issues on Fedora messaging? Yeah, that's something that I've added, but I need to think about it. It's definitely a bigger thing. Um, Probably nothing here. Probably nothing here. This is unlikely to have. Oh yeah, there are a couple good first issues here that have been already labeled as such. So it should appear here, and they do appear here. So okay, so we're all set with this one. Get up with Fedora messaging. Okay, yeah, that's a longer, definitely a longer term thing. That's a cookie cutter. Flask Health, I've made a release recently of this one, so it should be all set. No new issues. I've made a new release to support Flask 3 that just came out, I think last week. So yeah, same thing for SQL Alchemy helpers. This I've made a new release to support Flask 3. Oh, I didn't check if there were any issues. Check. Yeah, that's just the dependency dashboard. Okay. Then this one, only one issue. Okay. Body, yeah, that's. I can check if there are easy, like low trouble things. Okay. I know there are easy fixes. Okay, so that's only. There's nothing new that I could triage right now. I think those. Yeah. Is there anything new here? Yeah, that's nothing new. And this one has been also released recently. Yeah, 2 weeks ago I made a new release. I think that the point was to support Flask 3. Yeah, update dependency to Flask 3. Okay. Yes, 2 or 3. Perfect. Okay, so that's done. This one, no issue. Mirror Manager. Yeah, I've worked on that one. And, oh, this one is pretty new. Okay, I'll have a look at that, but I'm not sure it's I don't think it's. I'm not sure it's a good first issue. What do they say? Okay, so they're running it in Vagrant. That's good. And they get a publish timeout. Okay, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so the reason they're getting the publish timeout is because they are not running the one of the VMs in Tiny Stage called Tiny Stage, which contains the Fedora messaging server RabbitMQ. And as a result, when it's trying to publish things, it's timing out because it's trying to reach Tiny RabbitMQ and not reaching it. Um, yeah. Okay, that's an easy issue, and I'll just reply to that quickly. Um, Sorry, it'll be a second. Right. Yeah, so it's a documentation issue. Like we're telling people to run those two tiny stage machines, but we need actually a third one. So documentation. Do we have that? We do not have that yet. Let's do it. Documentation. There you go. Yes, I need to reload the page, I suppose, because it hasn't retrieved the new thing. Okay, got it. All right. Okay. I keep making the mistake of closing the wrong window. That's just focus on two screens. I'm not used to the focus on two screens. Anyway, all right. So this one only the renovate issue. Same thing for this one. Nothing to see here. Okay. Mode. This one is no. That's the issue. Okay. Yeah. And mirror manager 2. Oh wait, we're back to mirror manager 2. Huh. I may have duplicated my message in my. So there was one here and there's one here. Yeah, there's a duplicate in my bookmarks. All right. Okay. So we can start with this long list of issues, but easy issues, and see what we could work on. So let me see. Nothing changed in Etienne. Yeah, let me get the text file that I had before. Um, okay, so what did I have the last time? I had issues on FMN. I have the bugzilla2fedmsg one. A couple issues in Pagure messages. And the last one I did last week. Okay, so is there anything new that we could add to this list? This one is deprecated. I should actually remove it from the page. You know what? I'm going to do that. So this wiki page contains all the list of all the things. Well, I can't because I've set the. Yeah, okay, I can't. I've set the whole Fedora Infra um, organization, GitHub organization here, so I can't really pick projects to remove anyway. That's too bad. Okay, so okay, we were at this one that's deprecated. This one, no change. This one, yeah, that's still the same things that we had last time, so I'll keep my bugs open. I'll keep them the bugs that I had in the list. There is a couple about UI that would be interesting to tackle because there is some TypeScript involved, and you might want to have a look at that. It's all the rage. Then Tahrir is deprecated and it's going to be replaced. Same here. There is bugzilla2fedmsg here. It will be useful to the community because at the moment FMN is unable to react on those messages, and that's a bit too bad. And it's pretty simple to create to separate to split the schemas off in their own package. So low hanging for the 23. We could do that. This one I started working on it, but I couldn't finish. I couldn't deploy it because the server running Mailman 3 is a bit too old at the moment, so I'm waiting for that to update. There is an easy fix here. At the moment, at the moment, I shouldn't maybe tell you on a public stream, but at the moment you are allowed to give yourself cookies, which is not what we want. So we should add a guard in there to make sure that you don't give yourself a cookie. And when that's done, when the change is deployed, I will go through the database and remove all those all the entries where somebody has given a cookie to themselves. So you can try and do that right now, but it's not going to last forever. All right, but that's definitely an option. Mobile Fedora is what we worked on last week, so we could keep working on it, or we could switch to something else just for variation. Mode and release monitoring, but that's already up there. Okay. All right. So we have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 options. I'm going to split that into applications and make a poll. All right, all right. How do we do polls here? Ah, yeah, this way. All right, you should be able to vote on the apps that the available apps for hacking, and if you choose one that has multiple bugs open, then I'll do a second poll to choose the bug. And while you are doing that, I will drink some tea. Here in Nantes, it's getting friskier and friskier, so tea of the day it's white tea with pear and iced chestnut, which feels very fall-like to me, so appropriate for the weather. I'll give it a couple more minutes and then I'm just going to pick one. Alright, I think I'm going to go. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the bugzilla2fedmsg one. Oh, hey, hey. I see that the Fedora account on Mastodon has shared my has retweeted, or I mean shared my tweet. So maybe there's going to be more people joining quickly. So I'm gonna leave you a few more minutes to vote. But maybe not. Yeah, it's all right. I'll just go with the. I'm going to close this one. There. All right. Yeah, I'm going to, I think, split the bugzilla2fedmsg package into two. So that's bug 23. The point is to allow FMN to install schemas without installing the entire of bugzilla2fedmsg. The point of, yeah, schemas are being used for, schemas are being used by applications that are consuming the messages and applications that are emitting the messages. But if we keep them in the same package as the application that emits them, then you need to install the entire thing just to be able to read the message coming through. So it's preferable to have them in a separate package. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I am going to make a copy of this repo. And so first thing I'm going to do is assign the ticket to myself. Done. Nobody works on that now. And I'm going to make a copy of this bugzilla2fedmsg packet repo, and just remove and keep only the bugzilla2fedmsg schema parts. Okay, let's do that. First thing is, like, is there a way in the settings to duplicate a repo? No, right? It'll have to be a new thing. It's fine. Yep, it's all good. I'm going to clone that. So, I have my schemas in a subdirectory of here. Okay. So I'm going to, woohoo, that's definitely not the right text. Clone this one, move it to how's it called? It's called bugzilla2fedmsg schema, so I'll call it schema as well, just for coherence. And or should I call it messages? Nah, I'll just call it schema. Yeah, I'll just call it schema. It's fine. People name the have a people can name them all the any way they want anyway. So okay, so now I'm going to edit the Git repo. The remotes are currently this, and I'm going to change that. So it's all in git config. I could do it with the git commands, but it's much easier to do it this way. Just change the remote right here. And now the remote is bugzilla2fedmsg-schema. Okay, cool. I'm going to create a new repo in our infra organization. Hello. Hello GitHub. I'm here. And it's named bugzilla2fedmsg-schema. It is definitely a public repository, and I'm not going to add anything there because I'm going to import whatever was in the old repo. Okay, so now what do? I need to remove all the bugzilla2fedmsg code itself, right? That's going to be easy. Goodbye. What's in Devil? Ansible? Yeah, I don't need all that because I don't need to stand up the entire repo, right? Yes. There is no application to stand up in Vagrant, so I can remove that. Can remove Vagrant very well. I think I can remove the Fedora messaging.toml example file because that's related uh, to the main application. What about the changelog? I'm going to remove all that. Start new. Okay, start fresh. License doesn't need to change. Didn't change in there. The manifest is definitely going to change. Is there an RST file here? Just readme.rst. Yeah. That's really simple. I'm going to create a new file and use an a markdown file this time. Okay. Fedora messaging schemas for bugzilla2fedmsg. Okay, and I'm going to make a link so that people know what I'm talking about. Okay, and bugzilla2fedmsg is here. Okay, that's good. The manifest can be updated to use MD here, and there is no example file anymore. Good. What about talks? Oh yeah, there's a ton of things in there. Okay, okay, okay. Um, what about the requirements? So I'm definitely going to need PyTest, Cov, mock, black, ISOP. That's for sure. I also need Fedora messaging, but that's a dependency of the main application, so that should be in the setup.cfg. No, it's apparently all in setup.py. Okay, that's kind of old, and I'm going to take this opportunity to move it to a poetry-based management, like source code management. So that's a good. It's a good opportunity for me to demo that. Poetry is pretty simple actually. You just run poetry init, and it's going to ask you to create the pyproject.toml file for you. So, all right. The name, yeah, that's the name of the directory. That's good. Version, I suppose we can keep the same version as what we had in bugzilla2fedmsg, which was, I think, version 1. Let me check. Oh, there are multiple branches. I need to take care of that. Anyway, what's the current version? It's 1. Okay, so let's keep it 1. Description, aha, absolutely, yes. Fedora messaging schemas for bugzilla2fedmsg. All right. The author, yeah, well, I am more or less the author, but I don't know what I've put in there. Let's put the same thing. Yeah, it's not Ralph Bin either. Um, Yeah, it's pretty much everyone. So what I'm going to put there is I just put Fedora infrastructure because we're more or less collectively responsible for this application. So there we go. License was, I think it was GPL v2. Let me check. LGPL v2. Yeah, LGPL v2.1 plus. What did I put in there? LGPL v2 plus. Okay, that's the old way of identifying licenses. We are now using SPDX. So SPDX says that this license is where are the name of the licenses, please? Here? No. Use SPDX? List of licenses? Aha. Yeah, perfect. So lesser general public license v 2.1 or later is this. LGPL 2.1 or later. Compatible versions. Ah, that's a good question. What is this compatible with? Starting with 3.5? No. I'm gonna start with 3.8, I think, because 3.6 is... Oh yeah, that's old. Okay, I'm gonna start with 3.8. Actually, I could have 3.6 here, but 3.6 is deprecated. I mean, it's not only deprecated, but it's out of date. It's unsupported upstream. I'm gonna go with 3.8, which is the latest supported version of Python. I mean the latest, not the latest, but like the hey, hey. I mean, it's nice to see you here. It's nice to see people going through the stream. So hi to you as well. We are looking at splitting the bugzilla2fedmsg repo into the main app and the Fedora messaging schemas so that they can be installed separately. That's the plan. Okay, so latest release is 3.12, but which one is the earliest supported that we can get away with? I think it's 3.8. Yes, it's 3.8. So let's go with 3.8, right? Earlier than that means it's not supported upstream. Would I like to define my main dependencies? Sure, I know that there is Fedora messaging, and it should be all. Yes, the first one. Yes, thank you. I would like to be able to work with... What's the latest Fedora messaging? Latest is 3.4.0. Yeah. I would like to be able to work with 3.2. Yeah, I would like to be able to work with 3.2. Okay. Okay, let's go with that. Hey, hello, Linux Return. Nice to see you here. So what we are doing is we're splitting the bugzilla2fedmsg package into the application and the schemas, the fair messaging schemas, because at the moment FMN cannot use the schemas because they are bundled with the main application. So since we don't want to install the entirety of bugzilla2fedmsg on FMN, we'll have to split the versions. Well, split the repos. So I'm creating a new repo for the schemas, and I'm using Poetry to manage the dependencies. Just doing a Poetry init here. I think that's all. Do I want to define my development dependencies? Well, certainly, because I know what they are. They're right here, requirements tests. So there's going to be pytest, pytestcov, pytestmock. Well, is there? Yes, there are tests for the schemas. So there's going to be pytest, and I think that's all. There's going to be pytest. Well, probably pytestmock. I mean, we're apparently not using it here. Fine. Let's go with pytest. So yes, pytest. Do I want a specific version? Honestly, I don't care. PyTestCov, yes, certainly. For coverage. No specific version. PyTestMock, I'm not sure I need to use that. I will definitely add black, that's for sure. And I will also add rough, which is a linter similar to Fleck8, for example, or Pylint, but it does a ton of stuff and it's really cool. So, latest version. And I will, yeah, I think that's basically it. Was there something else? iSort is handled by rough now, so that's all good. Yes, I confirm generation. Thank you very much. Okay, so this pyproject.toml file is replacing the manifest. So I'm going to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything. Sorry. I know that I need to add something to include the tox.ini file. Where would it be? What did I maybe media? No, not MediaWiki package. Maybe Kochei packages, Kochei messages, PyProject. Seems recent enough. Oh yeah, I probably need to add. Yes. I probably need to add in my development dependencies. I probably need to add the coverage package with the extra TOML so that it can pick up the configuration from the pyproject.toml file. All good. Actually, the versions here for the development dependencies, I do not really care about. I'm just gonna write that I need something earlier or later than 7, and for pytestcov something later than 4, and for black something later than 23, I suppose. And it's fine to have later versions if necessary. I don't really care if it breaks right at there, because that's really only the development environment that's easy to fix. Okay, what I was saying was that I will need this packet. Oh, I've already put it here. Okay, that's weird. It's weird that it needs to be in the dependencies. I think this should be here. Anyway, that's a different story. Let's not delve into that right now. But we can use those sections. So a configuration for black so that the line length is 100, and configuration for rough to tell it to run a ton of tests, and also use line length 100. And there are some that we can remove. I can remove that one. And this here is an exclusion for the tests. I'm not sure what S101 is, but I'm gonna remove that for now. And if it happens, I'll put it back. Okay, this hasn't helped me find the configuration that I wanted for including packages. What I knew I did that recently. Why did I put it? I Oh yeah, it's probably in Mobot. Uh, where am I? Oh yeah, earlier. No, where am I? Definitely not here. Libs, Mobot, and Mobot Fedora. Definitely not that one. It's not a Python package. Why did I look into that? Maybe SQL Chemie Helpers has something like this. Yeah, include is good, but I would like to make sure that I'm not including these in the install. Let me show you what I mean. I'll put that right here at the moment, okay? And I don't think I need this. I think that is sufficient. Okay, so I don't need the requirements test anymore. And I will make sure that I'm not forgetting anything in the setup.cfg. That was for PyTest. Right. I'm not a big fan of doing it this way. Yeah, I don't need isort anymore. I'm going to change the tox.ini instead of adding the comments here. Um, Instead of doing that, I'm going to put that here. Okay. Okay, so coverage. The coverage config, I'm not going to put that in .coveragerc. I'm going to put that in the TOML file, in the PyProject.toml file. Sounds good. And nope. And now I can check with another project that has a TOML file what I'm supposed to put in the tox to make it run. By the way, I'm definitely not going to support all those old versions of Python, but I'm going to support newer ones. Okay. That's something that is necessary for Poetry to have the isolated builds feature on. Okay, skip install is also useful for Poetry because it does its own, well, it doesn't need Tox to do its own install, and we're going to do it separately. So we're going to run before the commands, we're going to run Poetry install, and we are going to replace this command with Poetry run, which makes it even longer. But I mean, that's how it is. Okay, and we need a whitelist, well, sorry, an allow list external for this Poetry command. So that it can pick up Poetry from the system. Okay, nice. Diff cover. Okay, if it's required here, it definitely means that I need to add it to my project. Poetry add group dev diff cover. Okay, so diff cover works with Python 3.8, but it needs Python 3.8.10. I'm going to change that. And now it should be happier. It's downloading my dependencies, making an environment. Okay, so where was I? Yes, the talks.ini. Okay, so not that, but poetry run diff cover, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, I said that I was not going to use the .coverage file anymore, .coverage.rc, and I'm going to put all that in the pyproject.tuml file. Mm, yes, it's there as well. So coverage and pyproject. Okay, so here I have on the left I have my current my current configuration. Here I have the file where I need to add it, and here is an example of how to add it. Basically, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same sections except they have a tool.coverage prefix. Simple. Let's do this. Also, of course, TUML is not INI, so it's not exactly the same format. Otherwise, we wouldn't need another format. Yes. Okay, so, oof, so this is just true. Source has to be a list of strings. Okay, coverage report. Okay, we are failing at 85, fine. Precision is 2. Exclude lines is going to be a list of strings as well. All those are lines that I don't want to report coverage for. Omit is also going to be a list of strings. Thing is, it's not called that, it's tests now. Okay, I think that's good, and we can now remove the .coverage RC. Gone. Alright, we're moving everything to pyproject.tuml as it was intended. and yeah, we're almost there. What about that? Yeah, I already decided that I can drop this. Fine. And tests. Right, the tests have more than what is necessary for just the schema, so I'm going to remove the rest. Test consumer, not my thing. Test relay, not my purpose as well. And now I'm going to check that that I don't have things that I don't need anymore in conftest.py. Do I need this? Oh yeah, I'm using that. Let's keep it. Do I need this? Yes, I am using it. It's just samples, by the way, so using it as well. What about this one? Am I using it? I am using it. Using this one as well. Oh, looks like I don't have too many things to remove. I will of course be able to remove that from the other package when I'm merging. Aha, I'm not using private message. Goodbye. Am I using other product message? I am not. Goodbye. And that's the end of the file. Okay, so I have pruned the conftest.py file and I should not have anything that is not related to tests anymore. Good. And I probably don't need the setup.py anymore, but I'm going to check that. So, I could definitely add the URL. I think it's also called URL. except it's schema at the end. But yeah. Classifiers, do I want to add classifiers? Yeah, I guess it will be preferable. Do I have an example of the classifier format somewhere else? Maybe here? Yes. Oh, it's just classifiers as a, okay. Split that screen. Okay, so classifiers. Oh yeah, keywords is important. Classifiers as well. So make sure that I have the same ones. Programming, yes. Operating system, yes. I should add the license. All good. It's all good. Entry points, yeah, definitely entry points. Okay, that's necessary. Oh, it's home page, not URL. Okay. And I guess repository also, but with .git. Okay. Okay. Yes, I need to declare the schemas themselves. And for that, I'm going to use the plugins section of Poetry. So, of course, it's not crochet, it's whatever was before the equal sign in here, and this is whatever was after the equal sign. There you go. Next one is ooh, no, yes, this and message view one. Good. Okay, so now I have declared my plugins, so the entry points basically. And I don't need the other one because it's a console script and that comes from the main application. All right, we're getting there. And I think we can remove the setup.py now. Okay. Let's make sure that my repo is set up. Ah, line 8 colon 65. What is this? Line 8. Oh yes. Yeah, no need for commas at the end of those. Try again. Okay, it's installed. No dependencies because they're already installed, so that's all good. Okay. I wanted to show you something about the include directive. So if I do a poetry build, it's going to build my package. And then now I can look at the sdist and the wheel. So here I see that I do have the togs.ini that I wanted to keep. That's good. And I also wanted to keep something else now. Tests. Do I have the test directory? I definitely have the test directory. Okay, that's all good. But now what about the binary version, like the wheel? I also have the togs.ini in there. And that's definitely not what I want, because that would end up putting the tox.ini in the middle of my Python source code, like the seed packages directory, and I do not want that, of course. So uh, I can here I can say that for tox.ini, I don't remember the syntax, but I'm gonna go look it up. They have a good, well, decent documentation on poetry. So I would go to the pyproject.uml file, look for the include and exclude. So they have they have a list, and then they have this example here that says that I can specify a path, but I can also specify a format. And if I do that, then it's not going to include the tests in anything else than the sdis format. That's exactly what I want. So I'm going to do that with the tests, although it apparently was done automatically. Fine. And I'm going to do that with docs.ini. Okay, so now what happens if I remove my dist directory and do the build again? Okay. They are still, the tests and tox are still in the source dist, that's good. And they are not in the binary dist anymore. So one thing to keep in mind, definitely for people who install your package from PyPI. Okay, we're pretty good now. Let's try to run tox, I suppose. Oh yeah, here we have lint, and I'm not sure what lint does. It uses FLAC8. Okay, not what we want. What we want to do is run rough. And for the formatting, definitely not isort, we don't need that anymore. But we do want black. We do want to run black, but we want it from our environment. So here there's some configuration for FLAC8. We might want to move it to rough if necessary. I see that there are things that might concern us. E501. Ah, it's a too long line. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Let's migrate it. So in rough we have a per file ignores as well, and we're going to do the same thing as what we have in the docs.ini file. Test schemas.py, and we're going to use E501. Exclude it, I mean. Okay. So this is good, and exclude.git. Blah blah blah. Okay, that's not necessary. I'm gonna keep just a max line length here for the people who use a text editor that doesn't understand rough yet, because it's kind of new. I'm going to keep that here so that their integrated FLAC8 linter doesn't do crazy things and report things everywhere. Okay. Um, where are we on the Git? Let's try to run the tests. I'm going to start with lint, format, and py311. See if those work. Ah, hey. Hello list externals. Did I make a mistake? I'm sure I did a typo. I'm sure that's a typo. Because I did. Oh, yeah. There's an S missing. Let's make sure. Yes, that was it. Let's try again. So Tox is installing all the necessary dependencies. Okay, that's the one. S101 is the use of assert. So, of course, assert is allowed in tests, especially using PyTests, because that's what it uses. Black is also unhappy. That's good to know. And now we're going to check the unit tests. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the unit tests all they fail because they expect bugzilla2fedmsg, like the main app, to be there. We're going to have to change that, and it'll be, yeah, we're going to have to change that. Maybe mock it out. First, let's go with black. So yeah, S101 is definitely a load. Ah, that's better. Yeah, you see it picks up UTF-8 declaration, which is only useful on Python 2. We could have dropped that ages ago. Problem with sorting the blocks. A class that inherits from object, only useful in Python 2. Assert false is wrong in there. Okay, first I'm gonna ask Rough to fix what it can fix. Okay, it fixed the import issues. I'm gonna do the test schemas one. Um, should I do it now? Yeah, I should probably do it now. No, I'm going to do that in a separate commit. Okay, I think we have created what we wanted to create. Maybe something in the changelog. I'm gonna move the changelog to Markdown, and I'll talk about that later. Why? The reason for that is that I would like to be able to extract the release notes from the changelog. So I'm going to go to do that. To do it in Markdown, extract them and then put them in the GitHub release. And GitHub releases are in Markdown. I'm going to change the template here because that's not how you do things in Markdown anymore. Um, And that's not how you do a comment in Markdown. How do you do a comment in Markdown? I don't know. Where's the reference for Markdown? Markdown guide. Seems fair. Cheat sheet. That's perfect. Okay. I want to make a comment. That's really short. Extended syntax, please. Okay. Maybe the GitHub Markdown has more information. Syntax highlighting, footnotes, no. Heading, definition is like through. What about you, GitHub? A comment. Oh! Comment is like HTML. Okay. Well, now I know. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay. I think that the main packaging is done, and I'm going to make a commit of that. So, of course, tons of things have changed. Changelog. I'm just going to add everything. Okay, done. And now I can fix my tests and all the linting issues that I've had. So, rough. What do you say? Do not use assert files because that's bad. Okay, fine. I'm going to do it. 260. Assert files, yeah. Raise assertion error. Okay. Now, mutable class attributes should be annotated with typing.classvar. I'm not sure exactly why, but I trust you. 162, 378, and 379. What is this? That's weird. It's a weird way of reusing the schema, but I mean, okay, 379. Is that sufficient? Definitely not. I'm gonna ignore all that, I think. Because that is just strange way. Yeah. it's just a strange way of reusing this file. There are ways to do that in JSON schema by defining blocks that you can reuse, and just like doing a deep copy here in the body of the. I'm gonna fix that later. For the moment, I'm going to ignore this very issue. Rough 012. Okay. Okay. And now I'm going to have to fix my unit tests because they run. They expect the entire application to be there, and it's not, obviously, not anymore. So I can't import bugzilla2fedmsg.relay anymore. So I'm going to have to mug that out. Okay. How do the tests work? Ah. Okay. That's okay. I need to know what this function does. Let's go back to bugzilla2fedmsg, the main one. Yes, relay message relay. Okay, so I'm using some sort of relay on stomp message. What am I trying to test here? Right, so my conf tests here, they don't have the final. Well, it looks like the final thing. What would be the best way to do that? I'm just testing the schemas here, so I'm only testing the schemas. So I'm not testing the system that selects, like, what am I asserting? What's fake publish? What is fake publish? Okay, I'm missing this fake publish thing. It's probably something that I removed in the tests. No, not here. Oh, okay, that's the patch. Right, that's the fake publish is the patch. It's the result of the patching right here. Okay, I do not want to test that. I'm only testing the tests here. So I don't need to care about this. I just want to make sure. What do I want to test actually? What's the thing that I want to test? Um, sorry. So schema. I want to test that the API is correct, that the message, the summary gives me the right thing. The packages give me the right thing as well. There's quite a bit of code to test actually. So in utils, okay. So there's quite a bit of test of things to test. I don't want to remove everything. But I also don't want to bring in the whole message relay thing. All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to extract bugzilla2fedmsg itself, run the tests, and see and get the actual message that is created. Okay, yeah, that's going to be better. So the schema. Sorry about that. Should actually turn it off to be here. Okay. Okay, where was I? Yes, I want to run that, but I want to look at the message itself because right now it's using the whole like I want this. I want the message. I want the message body and the headers. I want everything. Okay, let's say I want to test that. Tox has pi38. I don't want coverage and I want to only run this test. Oh, of course, it's gonna pass, so it's not going to show me the output, the prints that I did. I'm just gonna run that again. Oh, it failed. That's good because this way I get the yeah, headers. Um, it's no headers. Okay, all good. So that's the first. That's the message, right? Body. Okay, I have everything that I need right here. I'm going to use that in the other one. Um, First, I want to print it better than this. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I want the schema tests conf test. So what sort of message is this? What sort of message is that? That's the first one, bug create message, right? Yes. So instead of having this entire long message here, I'm going to return an instance or a body maybe. Or should I just create it here? Maybe I should just create it here. Or maybe I'll need these other examples. Yes, because they're all going to be, okay, yeah. Okay, let me try that again. So this is definitely not needed. I'm going to remove that. Good. So, um, message v1, okay. There's a whole thing here, bug, whiteboard, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And now black does all the hard work for me, and I have a pretty thing. Okay, just going to avoid having too long lines. Thank you. Same stuff here. Okay. Okay, so that's the original message, and I have headers. I have the headers here. I don't care about all of those headers, I think. Or maybe I do. Yes, that's headers that are actually in the body. Okay, it's a bit confusing, but I guess that works. Okay, so now my bug create message. Am I using request? I'm not using request here now. I'm not using request anymore. All good. So now my bug create message here is yeah, this is a Fedora message that I can check. Okay, so I must check that this validates. And then I'm going to check the assign to email method, the product name, the summary, the body of the message, the URL, the app icon. Well, you know what? I'm not going to do that all the time. Thank you. And let's check if that works now. So I'm only doing that. That's only the one of the two relay modes. I'm going to try and make sure that I'm not forgetting something. Like the message, I want to make sure that the messages are identical. What I got here was the second. No, there was only one. Yeah, there was only one because I made a mistake in the here because I'm trying to print headers and apparently there's not such a thing in the code that I wrote myself. Yes, they passed, and now I need to add -s so that it doesn't capture the output. Okay, I think I got the first one. Oh no, that's v1bz4. Okay, that's the one that I want. You're the one that I want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Honey. Okay, let's do that again. No, I don't mean singing. I mean, yeah, you get it. That's the main one. Very long line. Can't type return properly, that's crazy. Okay. And here I get an ID, but I don't really care about that, so I'm not going to specify it here. Topic is going to be sufficient. Same thing for here. I don't need to specify the ID. Thank you very much. I will, however, call black, so it does the hard work of reformatting all that stuff for me. Okay. I would be interested in knowing whether there are any differences between those two messages so that I know if I need to care about it or not. You know what? I'm going to try and do that. So first one is going to be only the message v1. Second one is going to be only the message bz4. Any difference between those two? Yes, there are differences. So of course that's expected because it's like, for example, if I went back to the long line, it would be similar. Same thing here. Similar. Okay, things are a bit different, right? There's a product ID. The component is not a string, it's a... Yeah, okay, they're different. Assign to is a hash map, is a dictionary instead of being a string. Okay, they are different, so it's worthwhile to do both. Good, good to know. Okay, then we'll need both. Okay, fine. And now I'm going to parameterize here. How should I do that? Would it work if I did this and then would PyTest figure out that those are fixtures? I wonder. Let's try it. That would be very cool of it. Wait. Okay. Looks like I forgot to import them from the, okay. Yeah, I can do better than that. Something is happening. Right, it's still failing a lot. Of course, I need to remove that. That's never gonna work. And those need to be commented out, because that's never gonna work either. Yeah, that's never gonna work, will it? Just want to test that. Yeah, yeah, that's not working, of course. Okay, it's fine. I can do it differently. I can do that. I can have bug create message return two versions, I suppose. It's not very satisfying. What would be a clean way to do that? Or I don't use a fixture. I mean, that would, yeah, that would work as well. Okay, I can do that. Mm. The thing is, I must be very sure that I'm not changing the message itself. That's what's good with fixtures. They will return me a different object each time, and because I was thinking I could have a constant that I would import and I would use that, but it's not as good as a fixture because the fixtures are going to be new, different. They're going to be a new one each time. And if one of my tests needs to change the message, it's not going to be impacting the rest of the tests. Yeah. All right. You know what? Let's do it simple and return two things. How did we call it? We call that no busy4. Let's call it this way. No busy4. Fine. Blah, 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 blah. And now busy4. And I have the message right here. Blah, 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 blah. And done. And now, guess who's going to reformat all that for me? Yes, yes, yes. That's black. Thank you. Okay, so now I have two keys, no bz4 and bz4. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's try to run that now. bz4 relay is not defined. Yeah, you know that. I shouldn't need it for the... Oh, parameterize. Okay, yeah, yeah. All the other parameterizes that are going to be removed, to need to be removed because... Now that you think of it, it kind of makes sense to have a sample, a file with samples somewhere, and just reference it from the conf tests. Otherwise, conf test is going to be gigantic and not very easy to read. So, here. Okay, I think that's much more readable because the conftest.py file can contain other things, and we want it to be more easily readable. It's a priority for it to be readable, while the other one samples can contain only um, yeah. The other one samples can contain only constants. It's all fine. I'm gonna format those. Yes. Okay. So the tests, does it work now? Now that I removed all the rest, is it still running? bz4 relay is still not defined. I'm gonna get to it. Oh, there are still some parameterizers left. Okay, now it should work. 2 passed. Well, that's good. Oh yeah, um, I am not covering bugzilla2fedmsg. I'm only covering the schema. Right, thank you coverage for notifying me of that. Okay, okay, let's convert the rest. So I have the first, yeah, that's untrue now. I have the first one, test bug create schema. I am supposing that the only one are going to need to be handled the same way, which means I'm going to have to go to the other one and add a print in the right place. Not the body, it's fine. For this one, save that in the other file. It's going to be a bit manual. Unfortunately. So we have this one and the other one. Okay. And it's called, sorry, it's called modify schema. Okay. Well, let's go. Modify file message. There's going to be 2 of them. Boom. No busy4 and busy4. Okay, first one is, that's the busy4. I do not need the ID again. And that's the first one. Okay. Woohoo. Okay. Second one is the no busy4. So I'm going to put it here first. Remove the ID. Okay. I wonder if Black will be happy with that. It is, so it means that it's valid Python at least. So clean. I'll deal with the long lines afterwards. You know what? Actually, I should just not deal with the long lines. I should just allow long lines in this file. It would be much preferable. Right? I should just consider this as a sample. And I'll deal with the long lines with an exclusion in rough, and that's going to be totally sufficient. Okay, I have those. Now, let's do that with the next one. And that's modify for changes schema. Weird, but let us go again. What's the for changes thing? Before I import this blindly. Ah, that's for to exercise comma join. Okay, nice. Hey, League of Lego Boy. Today on Friday we're working back again on the cookies. Okay, who is? Because I'm not on the cookies this time, but if you are, I'm interested to know. No, I'm not on the cookies this time. I'm splitting a package bugzilla2fedmsg into the main app and its Fedora messaging schemas. I want to have those separately to be able to install them, not without having to install the entire application. Um, I, the cookie was an option. There is a bug in the Mailbot Fedora repository that we could have looked at, but I wanted to change, like not do the same application multiple times in a row, which I guess is a choice, but not a better choice than doing the same application multiple times in a row, because I mean, why not? So we may be able to do that next week if you're interested in those. The issue in the tracker is about giving yourself a cookie, which is allowed at the moment, and we want to prevent that. So maybe that's going to be something. Okay, cool. So League of Legends Boys says that it doesn't matter to them with what we're working on, so all good. Um, so where was I? Yeah, next one. Okay, the print is in place. We just need to. Oh, well, is it already in there? No. Um, did I select it? I do not know. I totally forgot what I was doing. Um, there. Okay, let's make another one. So this time it's called modify for changes. Okay. There's one for and past. Gigantic line, of course. First one is the BZ4. Okay. And the second one is a non-BZ4. Remove the ID. Okay. Okay, next one. I hope I don't have too many like this. Two changes. Nice. I'm at, well, I'm at line 50 of the file, so hopefully there isn't too many left. That's two changes this time. Right. Copy that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Next one. No changes. Fine. Mm, typed wrong. My editor is going to be very unhappy with all those long lines, but it's fine for now. Okay, now I have a create schema. Comment create, sorry. Comment create schema that I'm testing. Right. So this is comment create this time. So question for of League of Lego Boy is how many different languages do you know how to code in? Um, Depending on your definition of know and language, I say the one that I know best is Python. That's for sure. I would say that the second one that I know best would be TypeScript. Next one would be Shell, okay, or Bash, depending on how you call that. Well, it's more Bash than Shell actually because I use a lot of Bash constructs when I write scripts. Excuse me. Um, and then I used to write code in PHP a long time ago, but I don't remember it anymore. And that's basically it. So I'm mainly focused on Python and TypeScript. I I'm more the kind of person who likes to explore a subject very deeply, even though I don't explore many subjects in the same time frame. So I usually like I'm not um, I'm not the kind of person who will learn 10 languages. I would rather learn one and know everything that I need to know with it. Everything that I want to do, I want to be able to do with it. So I learn it. I learn the ins and outs. Hope that answers your question. All right. All right. Let's keep doing that. It's unfortunately a bit grunt work, a bit boring. So if you want to ask questions or anything, I'm happy to switch context. After all, we're here to also have an interaction and not just you watching me do stuff. So feel free to ask questions. Next one's going to be attachment create schema. No, not this one. Attachment. Okay, I get this. What was my order at the beginning? Yeah, no busy. Oh, I put a. Oh no. Yeah, I've put an underscore here, and I would like to be coherent with myself, so I'm going to put an underscore in the other ones as well. It's always better to do that, even though it's a bit annoying sometimes, because um, that's gonna make easier to understand, make your code easier to understand for people who come after you, and that's very important. You don't want your code to be only understandable by a machine, otherwise you wouldn't be writing code in Python. Okay. That's the busy for one. Okay, that's good for the attachment create one. Okay, next one, attachment modify. 75, 77%. We're getting there, getting there. You see, I wish there was different schema classes for those, because they're actually different things, and it would be preferable to have different schema classes for them, I think, rather than just the busy for or not busy for. But that's not the issue today. So let's do only one thing at a time for once. Okay, it's called attachment modify message the 4. No busy for. Oh no. Hey. And that was ordered the other way around, if I remember correctly. Black is going to be so unhappy with me. It's going to have to reformat a gigantic file full of things that are very, very long lines. Meh. Modify no changes. doing things repetitively, so I'm getting a bit faster at them, even though it might not look like it from your perspective. What the fuck? No busy4. And then I'm putting a busy4 message in here. That's a recipe for problems. That's the no busy4. Thankfully, I didn't make the mistake all the time for all the other times. But yeah. Component not package. Let's try that. One will be enough, thank you very much. Blah, 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 blah. I hope we're almost there. Okay. One less to go. Almost there. Yes, it's the final one. I forgot to type the. It's called bug no QA contact. Almost there. I'm just checking that I didn't make the same mistake here. Busy4 and no busy4. Okay, perfect. Okay. I wonder how long time is gonna Black is gonna take. Yeah! Black took more than 2 seconds to reformat the file. Poor thing. Alright. So we have a ton of samples now. Let's go back to the other one. So, good. I have this first one that works. The parameterize is correct, the rest is entirely wrong. Yeah, I'm jumping the one sorry, one step. There's one step that I need to do, and that's this one step. I need to do this for all the other ones. Bug modify message busy4 bug modify message no busy4. Done. Next one, so that's this one can go. Next one is the 4 changes one. Definitely based on this one. Well, no, but it's fine. Okay, done. Comment create. Hey, so there's a question from Godmax233. What Vim LSP plugin am I using? I think that's a good question. I'm using. It's all in my shared. Shared configuration and honestly, I don't remember. What's this one already? Vim plug. Okay. What's LSP? ALE. Async lint engine. I think that's the one you're looking for. Oh, by the way, I should put rough in here. Language server plugin. Yeah, I suppose it's Jedi, but it's not run by myself. Yeah, that's here. Okay. Dioplete Jedi. So it's a plugin for Dioplete, I suppose. Yeah, it's a plugin for Dioplete. Yep. If you want to look that up. Pretty cool. All right. This one was comment create message. Comment create message. Okay, done. Attachment create message. Actually, I could do just that. Be the same. Why are you not completing anymore? Attachment create message. I have a feeling that it's not completing because I made a syntax error somewhere. Hmm. Okay, so question of Little Boy is how to make a Python app without learning Python properly. I've never used ChatGPT for that. Um, I think, well, if you do not want to learn Python properly, then why choose a Python app? You either know a language already and it's better to use that, or you you want to learn a new language and then you learn the language. You don't just have ChatGPT write an app for you, right? Um, Maybe I'm missing something in the question. Maybe the 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 whole of the question is in the properly thing. You don't like there. Python is as easy entry level. Like it's easy to learn the basic of Python without learning it entirely. So you can start with the basic things. So yeah, please rephrase. Not sure I understood that. Ah, yeah. So, sorry, no, I understand the question better. Which is the best way to learn Python to create an app without watching 8-hour-long YouTube videos? um, I when I started learning Python, there wasn't 8-hour-long YouTube videos. I don't think YouTube was allowing that anyway. Um, was there YouTube at that time? Not even sure. Anyway, that's not the question. Um, you want to have a look at the tutorials that are available for Python. There are some on the Python website, and I should say that it's something that I should have researched a long time ago. I have always wanted to be able to answer that question, but I haven't really kept up with the times, and there are maybe better tutorials now that one's available on the python.org website. Um, You can also try to reach a Python user group in your area if there is one, and I'm pretty sure that they will have already resources for that. Um, Sorry, I don't really have a very good answer. How I learned Python? That's a bit of a long story. So when I when I first came out of engineering school, I wanted to be a sysadmin, and I was somewhat of a sysadmin at the time already, just not professionally, but for associations like student associations and etc. So I was hired as a sysadmin for a company that was doing installations for clients pretty much everywhere in France. So the clients wanted to have, for example, I don't know, like an FTP server or a web server, and they would send someone. Um, it was a partnership between this company and Dell, I think at the time. So they would buy a machine, and they would be able to contract from Dell the assistance of someone to install them the software that they wanted. I did that, and then the partnership of the company that I was working for and Dell ended after 6 months, I think. So it's a pretty short period. And the company that I was working for was also building pretty complex websites with something called CPS at the time, which was a concurrent, I should say, to Plone. It was a content management system running on Zope. Zope was a very preeminent software Python application server at the time. And CPS and Plone were doing great things for content management. There was a lot of things that you could do to build an intranet, for example. And so the company was working on that, and was also working on that, and they proposed me to work with that team, and they they paid for me. They paid for like 1 week of Python training for me, which was pretty cool. And so I learned Python, and at that time it was Python 2.1, I think. So it was a long time ago. It was like in 2004, I believe. Yeah. But the training was really cool, really effective, and I learned a lot of things, and then I kept learning it and discovered new things to do with Python. And since Python has always been pretty big in the Fedora community, and I was already a Fedora contributor at that time, it was a natural choice to look into more sysadmin things that I could do with Python, and then apps, etc., etc., and then built over time. So yeah, I think I've been writing code in Python for almost 20 years now. I'm old. I'm old. I'm so old. Oh. But there's still plenty of things to do. I mean, it's still a very good tool to do the things that I want to do. So I've been using it. So League of Lego Boys says that I'm now a master. I'm a master of Python. Let's say that I've been using it for a long time, which doesn't mean that I'm a master at it. I've worked on when I joined Red Hat. I worked on HyperKitty, which was a web interface for Mailman, and I worked with the Mailman team. And the leader of the Mailman team was at the time Barry Warsaw, who's a Python core developer, and this guy is a master of Python. Compared to him, I know nothing like Jon Snow. There are really people who know Python much better than I do. But I can answer a couple questions, yeah, that's for sure. Ooh, I think that brings us to the end. There are still a couple more. I'm surprised that I'm not using them. Anyway, so Godmax says we're still trying to figure out how to parameterize PyTest fixtures. He remembered that he did something like that. Okay, let me click on that link and see what's that about. Um, so let me zoom in a bit. Okay, so Okay, so you here you have a fixture. Okay, parameters reader obj. Okay. Then each function with reader obj is called once with each item in list reader. That's smart. So you have visual reader obj. Okay. Mm. Okay, that's interesting. Oh. And that is that caused by the params parameter here? Or do you have a parameterized somewhere? Oh, that's interesting, because that would have saved the... Yeah, okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. Actually, I didn't know that fixtures could do that. Okay, that's... Okay, I can totally do that. Okay, I'll merge it. It's gonna be fast too much. I'm gonna finish that now, but then I'm going to switch to this system, which I think is better. So yep, definitely going to do that. Actually, I'm at the beginning of the file now. Okay, so let's try to do this. Let's try to do your suggestion. So it would be fixture params equal, and then the list, yeah, and then the message. And then I would have a bug create message that will be different each time. That's pretty interesting. And right, I need the request arg, indeed. Otherwise, I don't know what to return. Request arg, and you are returning request.param then. That's okay, that's pretty efficient. Nice. Let's do this. No? What's wrong with my Vim? I don't know. It's unhappy today. No. Um, let's try the first one with this new ID. Yep. Yeah, that's one of the very good things about doing this thing interactively is that some people have tips that I don't, and and sometimes I have tips that other people don't, and we exchange IDs and we do things better. Okay, let's try again now. Was it called bug create schema? I'm not sure. Yes, bug create schema. Okay, what's going on? What's gonna happen now? And it seems to have been called twice, which is cool. And fixture is not. Okay, yeah, of course I forgot that because I'm not parameterizing anymore. But it seems to be called twice, so that's exactly what I want. Yes, two passed. Okay, perfect. Okay, that's excellent. Thanks a lot, Max. I'm totally going to do that. And for the other ones. And requests and request params. Okay. So I can drop that, Oh, so much easier. Okay. Go away. Okay, that should work. Next. This one is an old one. Doesn't have a relay anymore. It's all good. And I must do. Oh, this one. Yeah, this one is wrong. Still has the relay. There we go. Yeah, PyTest does a lot of things, and I agree. Sometimes it's a bit too magic for my taste. When I'm not sure what's going on. Although you can have it log a lot of things, so at least that helps. Not bug create message. Thank you very much. It's bug modify message for changes. And now, next one. This one is two changes. Huh. Well, I'm going to use my own two changes. Thank you very much. No fake publish for me. No relay mocking. That's not what I need. I need this. Also, I don't care about the formatting because Black is going to handle that for me. Thank you, Black. Gonna do the same thing everywhere, everywhere. Of course, I'm thinking about that now, but it's fine. Okay, I think we're getting there. I do not have a two changes function here. Let me make one. So hmm. No changes. Where's the four changes thing? Create message, create. Oh, it's not attachment two changes, it's... Oh, is it? What's the fourth thing? Bug modify, and there's a bug modify two changes, not attachment modify two changes. That's why it's not finding it. It's because it doesn't exist. Okay, and I was looking at... Yeah, I was looking at the bug modify two changes thing. So, sorry, bug modify sorry. There we go. Long, but we're getting there. So that's, of course, that's 2, and that should be enough. Okay. So now I have this function with the right to changes thing. Next is bug modify message to simply. Hey, automatic. Yes. It's actually not complicated. It is just long because there's a lot of cut and paste to do. Um, to have the tests keep working. The reason for that is that we have samples on the tests, and samples for Bugzilla messages are long, and there's quite a few of them. And it's important. Tests are very important if you, when you reform when you refactor something. That's how you ensure that you don't get regressions. So I'm just making very sure that it keeps working, and that I'm not making mistakes in the current past. Oh, yep. So okay. So here I'm changing the message itself, so to make it break basically, like no changes. Oh, so there's a couple things that I would not have to copy around. Anyway. Anyway, okay, that works. Next one is comment create message. I have that. No? Comment create message. I have it. Good. Fake publish is gone. Relay is gone. This goes away. And I need to assign it. Okay. Attachment create. That should be simple. No tricks in there. Okay, I do have the attachment create. Right. Attachment modify now. I'm feeling like we're close to the end. Okay. Okay, and the no change is again an attachment modify message that is modified. Okay. So I remove something, and then okay, component not package. This one is something that I want as well. It's using bug create message, so it's not using. Fine. Bug create message, it changes it. I need to assign it first. Well, I don't need to, but it will be preferable. Be clear. Okay, no QA contact. I cut and pasted all those samples for nothing. Should have checked first. Yeah, I guess that happens. this should raise an exception. Okay, so that's not how you do how you check for an exception in PyTest. You do this. Oh, it should not raise an exception. I'm sorry. My bad. Okay. Phew, that was long. Let's see if it works now. Oh yeah, I'm only running one test. Of course that's gonna work. Eight failed. Nice. Okay, so I made a mistake somewhere. I suspect it's in the conf test. So yeah, it's not it. Yeah, I agree. The reason it's doing that is because if you raise an exception here, you will get an error in your test. While if you raise an assertion error, which is a special exception, you will get a fail. And this will, yeah, it's an error is usually because the test is not working as you expect it to, and a fail is because the thing that you're testing is not working. But there are many reasons for a test to fail. That is not the very special thing that you're testing failing. So I think that's why they do that. Okay, so where is the issue? Oh, yes, I know why. Okay. That's all the dells that I do. Here it's actually not right. It's not message body, it's message.body. Okay. And I did this in a couple places, I know. Message, yeah. Let's just look at mm, what do you mean? It needs to be escaped? Oh yes, it totally needs to be escaped. Okay. Yep. 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 That's all. That's all. Try again now. Okay. Fingers crossed. Still failing. Okay, string does not support item assignment, and that would be in component not package schema. Oh, I think that this one only works. Yeah, this one only works with one version, not the two. Sorry. What's the... Yes. Oh no, it was using both. Maybe it's understood. Okay. Right, I'm going to do that differently. So this is with bug create message. Yes, exactly. That's the reason we got Max. The component is a string in one schema and it's a dict in another schema, and that's why it's failing. So I want to make sure that I'm changing the right thing. Um, what does it look like? Okay, so I have my samples here. I'm looking at bug create message. Okay, so the no BZ4 version in bug component, right, and name. And okay, so that's good. The non-BZ4 version should be working, while the BZ4 version has bug component and component the string. Okay, that's why. That's why. Okay, so I'll do a switch here, I suppose. I will go with if isInstance message uh, message v1. That's the message v1 is the string one. So I think that will be the right way. Well, that would work at least. Let's try. Of course. Sorry about that. Try it again. Ah, that fails. Distribution is not of type object. Oh, wait, I may have made a mistake here. So I have a base message and then I have message v1 and message v1 bugzilla. Ah, yeah, that's an instance of message v1. So everything is an instance of message v1. That's why it fails. I knew it. That should make things work. Hmm. Maybe I'm wrong. That was the other way around. Yes. Good. Okay, I know that I still have tests that are failing at the moment. And that's about a fixture, a missing fixture. Okay. So what's wrong with this? Modify message two changes. Oh, it's two changes message. Or bug modify. It's bug modify two changes message and not message two changes. Let's try again. Yes, of course. And I think I have the same issue with the four changes. Yes. It's four changes message. Okay, let's try again now. All right. Let's see what it's like on the coverage side of things. Oh, that's actually pretty good. 98, almost 99%. That's actually pretty good. I think we're doing good here. There's one thing that I would like to test. Sorry, what's going on? I don't know. Okay, I'm using that one. It feels like there are some things that I'm not using. I'm using that fixture. Am I using this one? Yes, I'm using this fixture. I think I'm using all the fixture, but I'm not using all the samples. First let me not waste my time doing this. Okay, so this one we are using, right? Yes, we are using it. I feel like the latest ones are not the ones that we are using. Sorry, wasn't such a great idea to do that in the end, but anyway. No QA contact is not something that I use. Okay, you're gone. Of course, the other one, same deal. Component not package, am I using that? I am not using that. Gone. All this work for nothing. Yeah, of course, this one is not going to work either. All this cut and paste was done for nothing. That's annoying. Attachment modified no changes is one of the things that are modified in the test itself. I'm using this one. Okay. I think we're back to the ones that we're using. Okay. Using it. Using it. This one maybe not. Yeah, we're not using this one. And I suppose the other version as well. What about the two changes? I'm using it. 4 changes, I know I'm using it. And this one as well. Okay. All right. I'm pretty sure that Black is unhappy with us. Let's just reformat everything. Oh, it was already good. Okay, cool. And ref, I'm sure ref is unhappy. Yes. Line too long. Okay, so that's something that we want to allow. Oh no, that's not the one. Oh, that's here. Test samples. And I want to allow E501. Long lines. Actually, I think I want to allow long lines on all of the test files. That's going to be much simpler. Good. And the rest is fixable. It's things that have been imported and unused. Done. Ref is happy. Should we try a tox run? I'm gonna launch a tox run and go to the toilet for a second. Sorry, I need to do that. See you in a second. All right. Huh. Why is Stokes unhappy now? Was happy a few seconds ago. It's gone. Oh yes. Yeah, that's because it was unused. Thank you, Ruff. Ruff thought that it was unused, so it removed it, of course. Um, and now I'm going to tell Ruff that it's okay. I'm happy to have those errors. This is fine. Okay, let's run Tox again. And this time I think it should work. How many times have I said that? Yes. And then I think we'll be finished. Hopefully. Oh no, we're not finished. It would the next thing would be to edit the bugzilla2fedmsg main application to use the new package instead of the embedded one and remove the embedded one from the main repo. But I think for now we're gonna stop here. Oh, fix the tests. What's my branch? Branch is develop. I want to just use the main branch. I think that's gonna be sufficient. Um, I think there is a command I know to rename a branch, and I think it's -m. Yeah. Git branch -m main. Let's just call it main. All right. Git push. And let's see what it's looking like for us now. That's a new repo. Refresh, and we have the thing. And we have we have kept all the history, which is pretty cool. Okay. I think we can remove the GitHub action because that doesn't make any sense, or does it? Definitely remove dependabot. That doesn't make any sense. There is no dev branch. Anyway, Oops, of course. Okay, so it's running the unit tests on this. I guess we can try. There is more tests than this in Tox. We could. There is a lint test. That's right. That's correct. And then I want to have a diff cover. I'm not sure I can do that. I think for diff cover, I think I have to upload. Oh, the coverage is here. Okay. There's code cov. Okay, fine. Oh, okay. So I'm running diff cover at the end of all the matrix. Okay, fine. That works. So there's lint, but there's format as well that I want to test here. Okay, check out v2. That's ancient. Okay. Tests. Okay, test. Okay. Okay. I don't want dependabot. What I want is renovate. Okay. I think now the actions are going to run. Main, why develop? I don't want to push to develop. Yeah, it's main. Sorry, yeah, my mistake. The main branch is not develop, it is main. Yeah, I want to change the default branch. I want to remove the develop branch. Um, for now, I just want the main branch. Good. And tests are running, and hopefully that's gonna pass. Okay, so next step would be to go to bugzilla2fedmsg and make it use this schema package instead of the old one. For that, we need to publish to PyPI. I'm going to do that right now because it's very easy. Poetry build. Oh no, poetry publish -- build. Two files are ready for publishing. Build anywhere. Yeah, build it. Okay, that's published to PyPI, and now it's up in PyPI. And now next time I'll just have to change the bugzilla2fedmsg dependency and remove the old ones. Okay, that was long, but yeah, it's in the end it's going to be useful to the Fedora community, I think, because we'll be able to have notifications on Bugzilla messages, which is cool. We still use that a lot. Any question on all that? Well, thanks for everyone who came to the stream, and thanks for everyone who suggested things and asked questions. That's cool. A special thanks for you, Gutmax, because I didn't know the params trick with PyTest fixtures, and that's very cool. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next Friday, I think. Um, I think I'd like to finish this next Friday, but if there are other suggestions, I'm very open to that, and and maybe work on the cookies as well. So that's totally an option. Thanks for coming, and see you next week. Bye.